I will start to record it so that everybody can watch it later. She's going to camera or microphone.
Okay.
Amanda, you're gonna have to read those questions to me. I cannot see that far at all.
Okay.
Can I introduce the two of you at least? We don't have to put it. Okay. Of course. Go ahead. Speak to the heart. Oh. I didn't know what she was doing there. Yeah, I'm wondering where it's at. Yeah, we'll wait just a few more minutes, Michelle. But feel free to ask anything you'd like right now.
She says she would just like to learn what the general process is to become a foster parent.
Okay, great. Okay, we'll wait a few more minutes and then we're going to go over that question specifically first, actually. Michelle, where are you watching and listening to us from? Watching and listening to us from?
Yeah. Eva.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, good. I just realized she can hear us,
Okay.
and I've been typing back to her the whole time, and she can definitely hear my response also. So
That's okay.
sorry, Michelle.
This is informal, but so feel free to talk. You'll get to know us here soon.
Mhm.
Can we shut that other light off, or are they all controlled? Do you know?
You can shut them off individually if they're pull chains. Which one do you want?
That one right there. That one's really. Please, thank you.
Yes. Great. Good.
Perfect.
That helps.
Yeah, I still can't see it. That's just really far. But yeah, that's much better. Okay, so I don't see anyone else. Do you, Amanda?
I don't see anybody else yet, but they can feel free
Okay.
to jump on throughout because it'll be running. And then we are recording this for anybody that might watch it back later. So.
Okay, so my name is Deanna Gross. I am the foster care supervisor here at Bethesda Foster Care and Permanency. And I wanted to do a Zoom meeting for anybody who had maybe questions that they needed answered before deciding to pursue the foster parent process. And I know that you, Michelle, have that question. What is all entailed in the process. But before we start, I want to introduce our foster care specialist and our director. Our foster care specialist is Tina Lewis. She will come out to your house once you are a foster parent and talk to you and talk to the kids that you have placed in your home. And she will come out monthly to see you guys. And Amy Bishjack is our foster care director. And she's always available as well. And we're a team here, and we really work hard as a team. We do. So I guess I just wanted to start, and since Michelle's the only one here right now, where else have you checked into, or have you checked into any other agencies at this time?
I have another one. So
Yay!
Oh. Hello. I think we have another one on. Jessica, I think.
Hi, Jessica. You can, yeah.
Okay. It's okay. If you want to be on this way. Michelle said that she hasn't checked anywhere else, just looking for a general. So.
Okay, great. So my first suggestion is that someone else coming through.
Hey, they're ready. Just hit your buttons down.
I'm muting everybody. Go ahead.
So my first suggestion is to do some research on your own. You can jump on Facebook, you can Google a few other agencies, and just educate yourself in the different agencies in the area, Erie County, Crawford County, Mercer County, and decide first
Okay.
what agency might fit well with your family and your life at this time. So that's the first thing that you want to do. And then, of course, in my opinion, you're always going to come back to Bethesda Foster Care because we have a great team here. We have great people working here. So once you do that and you come back to us, you can either jump online on our website and request information. You can call our office. And at the end, we're going to put up some numbers so that you have contact information in order to get in touch with one of us. But you can call our office, you can email, fill out the inquiry form online, and one of us will get back in touch with you, and we can send out a packet and explain the process a little bit to you in that packet. Once you're interested and you're ready to start the home study process, we will then come out and begin that paperwork with you. I'm just reading, I'm sorry, I thought there was something else that came up.
Nothing yet.
Jessica, are you on there too?
Mhm.
Or maybe it's not, maybe it's someone else that just has Jessica's phone.
She's here.
Okay. Oh, awesome, okay, great.
Okay.
Jessica, where are you coming from? Do you live in Meadville? Do you live in Crawford County, Erie County?
She's in Meadville too.
Oh, great, okay. Wonderful. So we'll go through the home study process a little bit, just so, oh, that's fine.
She said
Not
she's
a
out of
problem.
town.
Not a problem, Jessica. So if you have questions while I'm talking, just please type them in, and Amanda can let us know, and we can answer the questions as we go. But once Tina comes out, or myself, or Amy, When we start that home study process, you will just be required to provide some documentation about your family and about your financial situation, and a few other things, just so we can make an informed decision and make sure that we have everything we need as far as the Department of Public Welfare is concerned, so that we're putting the right families in place with the right children.
She said, how much income do you need? That's probably a big question. everybody
Yes,
has
it
a lot of times.
absolutely is.
Michelle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michelle, okay. You just need to be financially stable. There's no set limit as far as income. There's no minimum, there's no maximum, but your family has to be financially stable.
Maybe that's a good thing to go over too, and maybe you're gonna get there some of the myths. I know that's always something that's asked quite frequently. She said, thank you.
Thank you, okay. Some of the myths, I guess the biggest one is
Family composition.
family composition.
And we can have single parent families.
We can have single parent families, we can
They
have.
can hear you too if you wanna talk. Those big ones are both on.
Well, I think Jessica joined us after you did introductions.
Okay.
So I'm Amy Bizjack speaking right now. I'm the Director of Foster Care and Permanency here at Bethesda Lutheran Services. Tina Lewis is also in the room. She is our foster care specialist. And Deanna Gross, I said first. Deanna Gross is our foster care supervisor. So just so you kind of hear our voices, we aren't all on camera. But yes, so sometimes people also ask the question, do you consider single parent households or different type of compositions?
And children don't have to have their own bedroom either. And their bedroom doesn't have to be a certain size, as long as they have the room for all their belongings.
Right.
So they can share a room, like if you have a son or a daughter, they can share a room with them.
You do have to, foster parents, resource parents, I'm sorry, do have to be at least 21 years of age. You can be female, you can be male, you can be same-sex couple, husband and wife, as long as that family's financially stable. We do background checks on everybody, of course, and as long as those come back clean, we will come out and do a home safety inspection on the home in that home study process to make sure that you have everything you need in order to accept placements into your home. You may also, in that home study process, we will ask you what, I shouldn't say types of children, but what gender, what age might fit best with your family.
Oh, she said if her background is not clean, does that mean I cannot become a foster parent?
There's certain things that, of course, cannot be on the background check. I guess it just depends on that situation, and we would look that over and discuss that as a team in the foster care agency, and then we would proceed from there and see where you're at and what's going on. Yeah, we do the PA child abuse clearance, we do the PA criminal clearance, and you will be required to do an FBI fingerprint clearance. Any other questions that the two of you might have right off the bat? Kind of easier to answer the questions instead of just going through everything.
What is a home study?
A home study, go ahead.
There was the first one is what is a home study, and then the other one is, you may have answered, but do you also offer foster to adopt?
Okay, so first off, a home study is just basically the study of your home and your family and the background that you and your family are bringing into our agency. So we know, of course, we want to make sure that foster children coming into our agency and into our foster homes will be safe. Just like a simple background check that you might need when going into a school to volunteer for your child's school. And the home study makes sure that, that your water is potable, that there are enough bedrooms in your home, that the foster children that are in your home will have safe, comfortable place to sleep. Making sure that you are financially stable. What am I missing?
During the process, we also provide a variety of trainings. So if you come to us and you have another role, such as you're a nurse or you're a teacher, and you've recently had some of the training that we require, such as mandated reporter training, we want you to know what that process looks like. So we will provide that to you if you have not had it. We also do a reasonable prudent parenting training with you, or provide you access to that information. First aid and CPR. So if you are a nurse or a teacher or in another position where you've already had that training in recent months, then you wouldn't have to do that training again. We would just need your certificate or proof you've completed that training. So that's part of the home study / certification process as well. The agency does provide you with an average of 10 to 15 hours of training or more if needed.
You're also allowed to have pets too. Because a lot of people ask that question.
Well, sure.
So Jessica, I will answer your question very briefly. You asked, can you offer foster to adopt? So Bethesda has been providing foster care at our agency for approximately 35 years. About 6 years ago, we became what we call a SWAN affiliate as well. So we work with the statewide adoption network, and we are an affiliate that's able to work with the adoption process. So children that are preferably in our foster homes, but we can also work with children that are in other settings that have adoption as a goal rather than reunification. Reunification is always the primary goal. So if kids come into our foster homes, that tends to be their primary goal. But after time, it does change often to a dual adjudication and then eventually to adoption. Our resource parents are often given that opportunity. Would you be able to provide a permanent resource or home to this child? And then we work with the state and the local county the child is from to help with the adoption process and support our resource family with the adoption process and fees as well.
And then we have another question, what is reunification?
Michelle, yeah, reunification is just that child going back to whatever primary caregiver that they were taken out of. So if they were with their biological parents, reunification would be back with their biological parents.
Great question.
That is a great question.
And we do not determine when or if that child is reunified. As an affiliate, we advocate for our resource families, and we ensure that the child's needs are being met while they are in out-of-home care in our foster or resource homes. We work very closely with the county agencies. So if the child is from Erie County, we work with the Erie County Office of Children and Youth. So the resource home would also have a caseworker that is assigned to that child that would meet with the child in your home. So we work very closely with Erie County Office of Children and Youth caseworkers, and they also have foster care liaisons. And then here in Crawford, we contract with Erie and Crawford County. We would work very closely with the Crawford County caseworker that is placing that child in your home. And then we have contracts with multiple other counties, Mercer County, Washington County, Venango County, Butler County, Beaver County. So if a child were to be placed in your home from one of those counties, a caseworker would also come to the home from those counties. They determine, and a judge ultimately determines, if and when that child is ready to safely be returned to their parents or their kinship home. And that is called reunification.
Michelle had said she doesn't know that she could let a child go. That's also something we hear a lot.
Right.
You know, let's
Absolutely.
maybe talk to that.
That's hard, definitely hard.
That is the very reason why a lot of people decide not to become a foster parent. But that is the very exact reason why we do need more foster and resource parents in homes. Because these children deserve a loving family, even if it's temporary, even if it's for a weekend or a week or a month. And we understand that folks often get attached to those children. And that's what we would hope, that they provide them with that stable environment, that loving and affectionate home until they can safely be returned to their family.
Right.
So what would you like us to talk about next?
Is there a checklist of things that you go over during a home inspection? Maybe kind of walk through the basics of what the process is.
I'm gonna let you go over that. You're really.
Well, we do send out the information packet, like Deanna said, and you read over that, and if you're still interested, then you would give us a call, and we would schedule a time for one of us to come out to your house to start the process. There is a checklist of things, and we would leave you that list so you have it to work on the things that you need to work on to be certified. We check things like the bedroom to make sure the kids have a bed and blankets and pillows, and make sure they have a doorway to get out and a window that you can open in case of fire. We check fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, make sure you have hot and cold running water, make sure you have a heating system, a telephone that works. There's a number of things. And like I said, we would leave you that list so you would have it, for you to work on things that you might need to do to pass the inspection.
And they don't need to own their home though, Tina, right?
No, you don't have to own your home, you can rent.
And what comes in, this is a question that I think maybe they were asking, what comes in that packet of information? Anything that you would want, that you could tell them that would come in that packet, or is it better for them to read it because it's a lot of information?
It is a lot of information. And it's better, like if you have any questions at all, when I'm there, after you've read over everything, I could answer any question that you have.
Michelle had asked that she works full time. Is that a concern?
No, you can have like anybody that you know can babysit for you. They can go to a daycare as long as it's a licensed daycare center. So that's not a problem.
It's basically, foster parenting is not as hard as, and I guess that's a myth. That people think that you can't take the child on vacation with you, you can't do certain things with the child. But basically, it's the same thing and the same decisions you would make for your own child. The only difference is there's a caseworker involved from one of the counties. And of course, you would have to, get permission from that county worker if you were to take that child on vacation with you, or if that child was signing up for an extracurricular activity, just so they know that, and then they can relay that information to the natural parents as well, when that's permitted. Because they are not our children. Foster parents, resource parents are just providing a safe, comfortable, secure home for them until they are reunified.
I'm just looking over our website to see if there's any other questions. Oh, she has another question. So foster care is just a temporary home for kids for a few days. be very situationally based, I presume.
It absolutely is. It could be for a few days, it could be for a few weeks, it could be for a few months. It may be forever if rights are terminated from the natural parents or that biological caregiver, and you are a permanent resource or a potential permanent resource. It just depends on the situation.
That would be back to Jessica's question, is what you're talking about being a foster to adopt situation. That's what-
Absolutely,
okay, gotcha.
absolutely. As Amy had said, number one priority is reunification with any child that comes into placement.
How long does the process take from start to finish to become certified? Is Jessica's question.
That's situational as well. We definitely don't want it to go, we give ourselves a timeline of about 6 months. We definitely do not want it to go over 6 months. But it just depends on how quickly and how easily you can gather your documentation and information that we need in order to complete the home study. All of us here at Bethesda Foster Care will make sure that it's definitely an easy process for you. And we'll do whatever we need to do to help you get the documentation that you need.
And since these guys are obviously have a lot of questions,
Yes.
the one that I've heard as well is that these foster parents or potential foster parents are never left alone. You guys are always available to answer questions if they had more throughout additional trainings, things like that, right? So they're always supported throughout the process.
Absolutely, absolutely. That you have the team here at Bethesda to support you. You have the caseworker to support you, and depending on the situation and what's going on, maybe we could seek community support as well.
We're also on call 24/7. So if you need something, say on a weekend or an evening, we have an on-call number that you can use to get in touch with one of us.
Absolutely.
Michelle said, what kind of documents do you need?
So documentation, I'll start out and Tina can jump in if I forget something. Documentation off the bat to start the home study, you will need definitely your clearances. So once those are completed and returned to you, you would then return them to us. You would need, of course, homeowner's insurance if you own your home, renter's insurance if you have that in your current situation, car insurance, automobile insurance, physicals. Everyone in the home needs a physical, and vaccination records for any animals in your home, any inside pets. Homeowners, auto insurance. We would need to take a look, make sure that your cars are up to date with inspection.
We do ask you to provide us with references, character references. They can be family members, but somebody that has known you for a year or more that can attest to whether or not they would recommend you to be a foster or resource parent. That's documentation that we require.
And proof of income.
Proof of income, yes, is a big one. Proof of income. So we need 10-year history of income. It's not as scary as it sounds. We can help you walk you through getting that information. We need 2 years of W-2s, and we also need 1 month of pay stubs from your current position. Driver's license. It's nothing too strenuous. I mean, I don't think it's anything. It seems like it's a lot when you first get the packet and you have that first initial home study visit. But once you are involved in the process, it's really not that bad.
It sounds like applying for a job.
It absolutely is.
I know there are classes and courses to take, but my husband works third shift and different days each week. Is there a way to accommodate different schedules?
Absolutely. Absolutely. A few of the trainings are online, so he can take it at his leisure. And we do CPR and first aid, so that can absolutely be scheduled around his work schedule and when he's not sleeping.
And if there's a barrier, we can outsource some of those types of things as well.
Oh, yeah.
So if, he wouldn't be able to attend one of our first aid CPR courses, if it was a possibility for him to complete that elsewhere, we would accept that as well.
Jessica, have you looked into any other agencies before ours? I think it was Michelle that said she had not.
It was. Just been looking around at a few here and there.
Okay, good. Yeah, do your research. I'm sure you'll come back to us. I'm positive of it.
Oh, in doing your research, that's funny, Deanna. Definitely know that Bethesda Lutheran Services has a website, www.bethesda1919.org, and that will tell you a little bit about our organization overall. When we were founded 101 years ago, other programs that we offer here in primarily Crawford and Erie County. Then we also have a foster care website.
That's blsfostercare.org.
And that is how a lot of our interested folks come to us. You can check out our website, our foster care website, and fill out an interest form. And that's one way we can get in contact with you. If you provide your phone number and email or address, it definitely speeds up the process. And then we also have an agency Facebook and a foster care Facebook page. So please check out both of those to see what we do here in our organization, so you can familiarize yourself with our mission and what we provide to our families.
I will say this, Michelle asked a question, are there any that you consider similar to you? And I would assume she means other agencies. So if you want to maybe answer that for her. That's what she means.
So as I mentioned earlier, one of our contracts is with Erie County. So in Erie County, there are 5 primary foster care agencies that they utilize, Bethesda being one of them, Bear Foundation, Families United, Family Services of Northwest PA, and Harbor Creek Youth Services. They occasionally use Keystone as well. So there's the 5, and we are all part of a coalition called Foster Care Erie, which is really nice. And any of our families here in Crawford or Erie that have a placement from Erie County can actually also be a part of what we call the Erie County Resource Family Association. So in Erie affiliate, we are one of the smaller ones. Bethesda operates out of both Meadville and Erie, but we do not have agencies in other states. We are only here in Crawford County and Erie County. When you look at Crawford County, they also have several providers that they contract with. Child and Family Connections, Family Services of Northwest PA, Bear Foundation, and I believe that's primarily who they use. Child and Family Connection is similar to Bethesda in that they are relatively a smaller program, or organically homegrown, whereas Bear Foundation, they're located in multiple states. So it all depends on what kind of fit and feeling you are seeking in a provider agency. I hope that answered your question.
I know one thing we've been asked a lot is there really a need? Are there kids out there that are currently waiting for foster homes? Do you want to speak to that a little bit and the urgency that there is for new foster families? And she said that does answer her question.
Okay, wonderful. Good deal, Jessica.
There
That
is
was
a
Michelle. That was Michelle.
But it's-
Yeah, there is a real need for foster homes, especially for the older youth. We get calls daily for the older youth. And we also place quite a few younger kids as well and get a lot of calls, for them also.
So in the state of Pennsylvania, you are able as a resource home to have up to 6 children in your home. So if you have any biological children, that would be included in the number of 6. Beyond that, we do have homes that sometimes are able to take more than 6 children if their home can physically meet those needs. And then our agency would just work with the county and the family to get what we call a waiver. So sometimes that's a question. I know that wasn't specifically asked today, but if you're considering becoming a resource home and you have your own children. Now I see that Jessica is asking about a friend that she considers to be a brother that lives with them in their basement. He would, they assume that he would need to have a background check, or would he have to become certified? And the answer to that is no. Anyone living in your home that's an adult, yes, would require to have all of the same background clearances that we would require of our resource parents. So they would also need to have the child abuse and the state police, criminal, and FBI to become, to be able to live in your home. Other than that, they're not required to go through training. They're not required to provide references, just those clearances.
A physician statement, just saying that they're
Free of
free of
communicable
communicable
disease.
disease. Yeah, not physical.
And a physician statement.
She said, I know Bethesda is part of Lutheran Services, so do you require parents to be of the Lutheran faith?
We are Lutheran affiliated, but we are non-denominational. So we do not require anyone to affiliate with a certain religion or
There-
faith.
And if you take a look at our main agency website, we were founded by a Lutheran organization back in 1919, but that statement goes for any of our programs and services, that it's not denominational. I get asked that a lot.
Good question.
You both are asking incredible
Great
questions.
questions.
Thank you so much. We were hoping that this time would be helpful and informative, both for you and for us. So this has been great, a great Q&A.
Trying to look to see if there's any other questions that we've answered, like on our website, that people tend to ask a lot.
We are going to put some of our contact information, as I said, up at the end of our call. And please share it if you know of anyone else that maybe couldn't jump on today, that would like more information. They can look at our website, check it out, get in touch with us.
Oh, well, now I broke it.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
I don't know. Hold on, everybody. Oh.
They just collapsed.
Yeah, they just collapsed. That's fine. Like, what just happened, everybody? So, here, I'll put up, this is stuff we've already went through.
There you
There
go.
we
There
go.
we go.
My bad. So that is the foster care website, like Amy had said, and then our Facebook page, of course. If you found the event today, I'm sure you've already found our Facebook page. So,
That's another way you can get in contact with us as well. We do have that monitored consistently, so you can always message our Facebook page as well if you have additional questions or comments. And we like to post any events that we're having here, either at the agency or for our program. Unfortunately, it's been a little difficult in the past 6 months due to COVID. However, we are moving forward, and we hope to be able to host, more live and in-person events here in the near future. And there's no obligation. If you, do start the process and you want to meet with us face to face, we're happy to do that as well. And you're not signing any kind of contract or, agreement that you aren't still looking at other agencies. We are happy to do that though, at your convenience. So do not feel that even after you've attended today's Q&A, or if you would like to meet with us face to face, that we're going to obligate anyone to commit. Of course, we would love to have you become a resource family and part of our family here at Bethesda. But again, that is not a requirement, and you will not be bound to any kind of contract if you meet with us.
There's another question, I think, from Michelle, said she found the meeting actually because of the House article, so the Peterson foster home.
Oh,
Could you talk a little bit about that? We would love to, Michelle, talk all about the Peterson House, okay? Or whoever.
Well, in fact, and that is another opportunity that we would love to talk about. So about a year or year and a half ago, our CEO and our Director of Operations had a vision, as the article indicates, to provide additional type of foster home as an option for counties that have children that might be slightly more difficult to find a home for due to their trauma or emotional and behavioral needs. We were also blessed with the endowment, and the home was donated to the agency, and we name it after the donor, the Peterson family.
Yeah, it's the John M. and Gertrude E. Peterson Foundation, originally out of Erie.
So we spent several months looking for a family who would like to join our team here at the agency that actually will reside in the home. And they recently moved into our home, and it is a home that accommodates up to 6 children. They happen to have a few of their own, so we will be able to meet the needs of 4 currently and possibly 6 in the future. So an opportunity that we are actually currently pursuing is the family that resides there. They are afforded an opportunity to have a respite every few weeks, just to take a break and to be able to refresh and cleanse. And so we are actually currently looking for respite foster parent caregivers that would come into our home on Morris Road and spend up to 24 hours, and it is reimbursed. It is like a part-time position here at our agency. So that's another route that, if you're interested, we will be posting that here shortly. You could fill out an application from our website and be considered to actually become a part of our staff team. I hope that answers your question. And to meet the needs of the children, the family will have what we call an inclusion team. They will actually have a couple bachelor and master's level clinicians that will come into the home throughout the week and work with the children that are in the home and the family to support them while they're there. If they have any behavioral or trauma concerns, to help them adjust to the family environment. So we're really excited to start that endeavor. We are certified and approved and ready to go. We're just waiting for some referrals for some kiddos to come to be placed in the home.
Are the kids in the system high needs like these kids that will be going into the home?
Go ahead.
Some are, yes. And, we're here to help with that too, and get, things in place for you that you might need help with, depending on the child's needs.
As Deanna mentioned, we get referrals for children that are birthed to, actually, we can provide services up to age 21 for a child with special needs, but we do average, birth to 18. So depending on the age of the child, by all means, we see different circumstances. I have small children, and would there be any need for me to worry? Well, as Deanna mentioned, and she can fill in, or Tina, anytime we get a referral, Michelle, we actually talk to our foster families. We never just automatically assume that you will accept a child. We do not place a child in one of our homes without a discussion. So all of our resource homes are able to identify, hey, I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. My preference is that the child that is referred to our home is under age 3. We do have a dog. So, we would prefer a child come to us that's not fearful or afraid of animals. We do have some exclusionary criteria here, Michelle. We tend not to accept any children that have significant needs that really would put anyone in your home in jeopardy. So we would never accept a child knowingly that maybe has a fire setting history, that maybe has, extreme cruelty to animal history, that has significant sexually acting out behaviors and those types of things. Those would really be a higher level of need than our traditional foster homes. Does that answer your question, Michelle?
The majority of these kids really are just kids that have had some sort of something happen that need that love and care for a while. So she said, yes, I was worried my kids would be exposed to things.
Well, when we come to the house to meet with you, we'll fill out a form and it asks all the questions, like what type of child you could not have in your home for various reasons. And then when we get the call from CYS that they have a child that needs a home, they give us as much information as they have. And then we will call our families and give them all the information that we have on the child, and then it's up to you whether or not you think that you would want to have that child in your home. So we tell you all the information we have, and then that decision would be yours.
So you can always say no to a particular
Right,
placement.
and you can always say no, and we're not gonna hold that against you.
Right.
It's gotta be a good fit for your family.
So Deanna, she's asking is race a consideration?
Race, if it's a consideration for you, then, yeah, if you only want Caucasian children, that's fine. It's whatever fits best with your family. If you only want African American children, that's fine. It's totally up to you. Of course, we will offer whatever referral we get, as long as it fits with your family, and we believe it fits with your family, we will offer, and you are always absolutely able to say no. These are some real, like, they're really trying to be informed. I love it.
I'm just worried about a few family members I have that will not be accepting of a child.
Absolutely, and I think you have to take that into consideration, because we want you to make sure this child is a part of your family. So if you're having gatherings and you're taking this child to different family functions, we want you to feel comfortable, we want that child to feel comfortable, and everybody else needs to feel comfortable as well. So yeah, if that's a consideration, absolutely tell whoever comes out to your house, and that's fine. Don't feel bad about it. Everyone's different, and all of our families are different.
Stop 71.
Okay. So, do you have any last questions? She said thank you. You're welcome.
I really appreciate both of you jumping on. Please reach out to us. Like I said, we can send out an info packet, give you a little more information. And at any time, if you would like us to come out to your home, we could definitely do that with your family, your kids there, your husbands, significant others, and we can talk even more about the process.
So she's going to do some more research. This has been very informative.
Great, thank you.
There is more info on our website too, the foster care site. And these ladies are great sources of information. So like Amy had said, if there's, you're not going to be, tied down if Tina comes out to see you, or if you have some questions, I'm sure they'd be happy to come out and meet with you and go through things more on a one-on-one basis too.
Absolutely.
And we're available evenings too. We know people work, so we can come in the evening if need be.
And we're very flexible, and we offer many options for communication. So as we already mentioned, you can communicate with us through the website. If you're interested in more information, you can contact us through Facebook. We have email addresses. We're happy to communicate back and forth via email, or we also have our phone landline. So there are multiple ways that we are able to communicate with you at any given time.
Jessica says she's going to want to get a packet soon, so yeah,
Wonderful.
thank you,
Thank
Jessica. If you want to send a request through on our website, I'm the mystery woman behind the site, so you can send it to the site and I can pass it along to the other ladies and get that sent out for you. Do you ladies have any other questions, or are we good to go ahead and, any other wrap-ups, ladies, or shall I?
I can't think of anything else.
Cool.
Well, again, thank you so much.
Thank
We're
you,
really excited
ladies.
for your consideration.
She has to get back to work.
Thank you.
All right, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, guys.